Hi guys, just a short message for the podcast just to tie up Series 1 of the podcast. Firstly, thank you for all my listeners for sticking with the show and getting me to 50 episodes. It's an absolute pleasure and a dream to reach that milestone. Also, I'd like to thank all my guests, varied selection of guests that I've had, from Des McNulty at the start to Kieran Webster in episode 50. And between that, I've had some absolute classics like Jack Jones of Trampoline, lots and lots of up and coming bands like Rolla, The Raz, and some of my heroes from the noughties like the Paddingtons and Alfie from the Holloways. Absolute pleasure having all these guests. And as you know, throughout this series of episodes, I've asked all my guests to pick their heroes. So to kind of end season 1, so to speak, and don't worry because there'll be a season 2 coming up very shortly after this episode with another 50 guests, hopefully the same standard if not better. But I thought we'd do a little league table and some stats of the heroes that were picked. So in total we had 198 different people mentioned as heroes, 156 male, 41 female and 1 non-binary. Also, in terms of bands that were represented when picked as heroes, the top 5 would be This Is War with 5 picks. It was a shrewd bit of picking by the band themselves because they picked all 5 members to come for dinner. They were 5th with 5 picks. Joint 3rd place was Oasis and the Libertines with 6 picks each. 2nd place was the Travelling Wilburys with 7, and in top place was the Beatles with 17 picks. In terms of cities that were represented, the top 5 were Newcastle with 2 points, Glasgow in 4th with 9 points, London 3rd with 20, Manchester was 2nd with 22, and Liverpool was on top with 26. The first hero ever picked on the podcast was Johnny Marr, and the last hero picked was Nicola Sturgeon. The first person picked twice was John Lennon. First musician was Johnny Marr. First politician was Tony Benn. First writer, John Niven. First actor was James Gandolfini. The first footballer was George Best. And in the course of the series there was 20 times a footballer was picked. But that leads us into the main league table in the top 10. The top 10 is headed up with 4 heroes all tied in joint 4th place with 3 picks each. They are Pete Doherty, Neil Young, Billy Connolly, George Best, Joe Strummer, Liam Gallagher and Noel Gallagher. In 3rd place, George Harrison with 4 picks. 2nd place, David Bowie with 7. And in top place, it will come as no surprise to any of these, was John Lennon with 11. What is a big surprise to me is at no point was any Rolling Stones picked. So we'll see what happens in season 2. But as I say, season 2 will be back with you in the next couple of days after this podcast. So tune in, and there's plenty more guests coming your way. But as I said at the start, thank you so much for sticking with me in these 50 episodes. It's been an absolute pleasure.